Well, guys, I'm going to give my opinion on the mainstream media saying that anyone who claimed that there's another side of the story of the school shooting in Florida is a Russian bot. In other words, we're paid by the Russians. Well, I'm going to tell you allegorically what this means, metaphorically. It means, listen to this, Operation Woodpecker. Look it up. This is where Russia electronically tortured some type of United States building. I'm not going to get into the details. It's just not important. But you can go to YouTube and read and listen to stories about Woodpecker, or you can read about it. Now, that was Russians attacking the United States with directed energy weapons. So when they say the Russians, allegorically, they're saying the people that are targeted individuals that are voice to skull, that are being electronically tortured. That's what they're trying to say. So let's say if our military is doing experiments, right? And let's say they chipped people to awaken certain individuals so that we can run these alternative media channels and wake people up. Or let's say they chipped us because a corporation wants to say that we're crazy. Many things that could be happening. Well, I know what I know, and it's not good. The reason why we were chipped is not to help us. It's to get people to say that we're nuts. We're Russian bots. Because guys, I think I've met one Russian person in my life, and that was when I was working in finance and the automotive industry. And I think I had a Russian guy that bought a car. Never took any money from the guy, never made a secret deal with him. It's absolutely insanity. It's insanity that they think that we're Russian bots. When the entire Democratic Party is paying trillions of dollars to have people kill people because they're conservatives or they run conservative media. Target them, harass them, have them falsely arrested, racketeer on them, cost them money. Don't allow, no matter what business they do, make sure that they can't work, that they're literally homeless. It's insane what's happening. So that's my theory on saying that we're Russians. It is allegorical for Operation Woodpecker, and that the United States is using electronic torture methods on citizens, and those citizens are fighting back on the internet. So they're trying to say that just because we study the real story and don't leave out all the stuff like 9/11, I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, and I'm just going to say this point blank. If you think an airplane can hit a building, turn it into powder, and let it fall at the speed of gravity, when you actually can see steel melting like water, you are a goat. Okay? They consider you a goat, not a sheep. A sheep is the female right brain spiritual mentality. You're a kid. You're a child mentally. You're a zombie. You're a walking stormtrooper. You just take orders and do what you're told. When the TV says, here's the official story, then that's the only consciousness that you can create. And it's really sad. No critical thinking skills, no gods in your life. You're just dead. Because the only people that can critically think are people that have God in their lives. It's got nothing to do with going to church. Oh, I go to church. I have people tell me, you need to go to church. Really? So you think the devil doesn't control the churches? Are you insane? Of course they are. The devil has control of, we're in the last days. The devil has control. That's the first place he took over. Schools, churches. Okay? He gives you the illusion that there's salvation, and there is none. The only way to salvation is to become the hero, the Hercules, the female. And they're never going to teach you that. Ever. Ever. Matter of fact, during Hitler's assassination of people, the priests were in the street pointing out conservatives. In other words, the high priest turned in Jesus Christ. A conservative is Jesus. Jesus would be a conservative. Jesus would have many Judas Iscariots today stalking, harassing, targeting him, racketeering on him. Period. If you think Jesus would be loved on this planet like some kind of Hollywood star, you are a fool. He would be hated by every secret society that thinks that they own our souls, and they don't. And they have jurisdiction over us. They don't. All right, guys. Once again, truthers are not Russian spies. Okay, there's a reason why they shut down our channels, and there's a reason why we don't get views. Because we're telling you the truth. There's a reason why the military-industrial complex, CIA, controls Facebook, YouTube, Google, and all the search engines. Because their job is to hide the crimes. That's their job. If there's crimes against humanity, their job is to hide the information. Just like the mainstream media. Which, in my opinion, is just treason. Punishable by a public hanging. I don't know any other crime punishment for betraying every citizen of the United States with lies. What crime can you... It's the worst crime. It's Judas Iscariot, the worst character in the Bible, people.